Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What is happening, my friends? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it is politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, as always, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, on today's conversation, I'm so excited because I have a dear friend of mine on the show, someone I highly admire. When I tell you she don't play no games, she don't play no games. She is an activist in my home city of Chesapeake and a business owner and just all around, like I said, awesome individual. I'm honored to have on Dr. Shirley Auguste. She is the president for the Chesapeake branch NAACP, a group that I am proud to be a member on. And just again, I always talk about the importance of getting involved in your local community, having, just more of an understanding on the history. And again, just being involved, getting to know what's going on in your backyard. I always say, look, we hear a lot of things happening on a federal level when it comes to politics, but we also have to know about what's happening on a local level, but not even just politically, but again, helping out and giving back to the community. So, myself, I have my own nonprofit. And again, I'm continuing to get involved with other organizations like the NAACP, the Chesapeake branch NAACP unit 7049. And so again, I'm getting on my history. I'm learning. I'm a newbie, but I feel like I've been a part of the NAACP for a long time. So again, so honored to have on Dr. Shirley Auguste on. They have an amazing event coming up this year, the 2025 Freedom Fund. And so it's going to be honoring a few remarkable individuals from the Hampton Roads area. And we're going to talk, about that event and just more about, the history of the NAACP and all the great accomplishments they have been doing here locally and just nationwide. So you're in for a treat here on today's program. But as always, my friends, thank you so much for taking 1 hour of your time to tune into yet another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show. For those who happen to be streaming us on YouTube, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with everybody, share with just a random stranger. I don't care. Just share with everybody. Say, hey, look, you've been tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. Have you heard about it? No? Well, check it out. So I truly appreciate it. We want to continue to grow our subscribers and our viewerships, which we are currently doing, but we want to keep that momentum going. So if you could do me a solid favor and continue to share about the Arrington Gavin Show, you can stream us on YouTube. You can also stream us on the GoatVerse TV network, the GoatVerse TV app. It's available on the App Store for all you iPhone users out there. For all you Android users, it is available on the Google Play Store. It's also available on Roku as well as Amazon Fire TV. So multiple ways you can check in on the Arrington Gavin Show. We stream on that network. We're on demand on GoatVerse TV. As I mentioned earlier, YouTube as well. You can also listen to us wherever you get your podcast. We're available on all major podcast platforms. In addition to that, we're also available on the radio airways. We're available on 2 radio affiliates. One in the New Orleans area. So you probably listen to us right now in the New Orleans area by way of WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. The Arrington Gavin Show. We air weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 1230 AM. Then we're going to move it on all the way to the Metro Atlanta region by way of WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. We air on that station at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, weeknights, only on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. So now that I got that out, be sure to follow us on our social media platforms, all under the same name at The Arrington Gavin Show. Instagram, Blue Sky, X, as well as check out our Substack page. Let's see. Check out our website, www.theagshow.com. www.theagshow.com. You can check up on our recent episodes. If you would love to get in contact with me, you can reach me through our website by emailing me if you would like to for me to share a certain discussion topic that you're interested in, or if you just have simple question that we want to ask. Look, you can reach me through our website. Let's see. Okay, before we head to a commercial break, we love to do a fun fact of the day here on the Arrington Gavin Show. So being that we're going to be discussing all things NAACP, I decided, hey, why want a fun fact here be about related towards the NAACP. So the NAACP, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, one of the oldest and most influential civil rights organizations in the U.S. Did you know? Here's an interesting founding fact. So they actually had multiracial founders. So while its cornerstone of African-American civil rights, its founders included both Black and white activists, including W.E.B. Du Bois, Ida B. Wells, Mary White Ovington, and others. So it's awesome when I hear that, y'all, because at the end of the day, we're all coming together for one common goal, and that's to help the community, help people. And it's interesting because when I remember listening to the late, great Joe Madison, the Black Eagle, and he was discussing about lift every voice. He said, it's funny, you hear it says lift every voice. It didn't say a specific, it said every voice. And at the end of the day, y'all, we have got to come together through these times more than anything. So that's just, again, a little quick fun fact about the NAACP. And then we're going to do a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back. We're going to have Dr. Shirley Auguste on, and we're going to have a great conversation. We're going to have some fun here, y'all. So please do not go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs. And we're going to bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Well, look, let me bring on my special guest, my dear friend, president of the Chesapeake branch, NAACP, Dr. Shirley Auguste. My friend, how are you doing, Dr. Auguste?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Arrington, for having me. It is a pleasure to be here. And greetings to everyone throughout the world and throughout the different areas that are listening. Thank you.
Yes. Well, look, I know you are a very busy woman, so thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come here for a conversation. First and foremost, I want to say how have you been? Because you've been all around the place. I know the NAACP has been doing so many great things. The Chesapeake branch NAACP has been doing so many great things here in the city of Chesapeake. As I mentioned to our listeners and viewers earlier, that I'm a newly member, which I'm very honored and excited, along with my mother, who's also a new member here, new member on the NAACP. And I've just been so in awe, for one, just with the growth of the organization, of the chapter, but as well as the great things it's been doing in the community. And I mean, again, I have to give you your flowers, Dr. Auguste, because it's led by a great leader, someone who is extremely passionate, because I've been dysfunction. And when I tell you, Dr. Auguste owns that microphone, when we give her a mic now, she let you hear you now. She gonna let you be heard. But it's what, it's what the community need. And I think it's all about the mission with NAACP. But if you can share with our audience, just a little more history about the NAACP, the organization and all that good stuff. Do you mind sharing that with our audience?
Sure thing. I surely will. First and foremost, as stated, and I heard you're telling them about the history. That is absolutely correct. In 1909, it was a multi-ethnic group that founded the National Organization of the NAACP, National Advancement of Colored People. It wasn't just African Americans, or it was African Americans, whites, as well as Jews, that they came together. And the reason they came together is because of the fact they were noticing a lot of the lynching, the different inequalities and injustices that were taking place. And they felt the need to stand up for African Americans to fight for equality. As a result of that, throughout over the years, we now have thousands of branches nationally, not just in the States, but also throughout the United States. My little humble branch, I am the president of the Chesapeake branch. And the Chesapeake branch, I have to admit, I am standing on the shoulders of greats. And as a matter of fact, one of the former presidents, we are actually going to be honoring her. Our theme this year is going to be the first but not the last. And that is because of the fact, when you look at everything going on, it's so depressing. And we just wanted to bring some hope. And so in 1965, Goldie Walker, she founded and chartered our Chesapeake branch. Now, if you don't know much about founding and chartering, you can't just simply say, well, I'm going to have an NAACP chapter. You cannot do that. Yeah, I mean, you just can't. There's a whole process that you have to go through. And she took the time. She went through the process and was successful in getting us chartered. And that was in 1965. And after her was President Jeffrey Joyner. He was president from 1967 to 1981. And then after him was Reverend John Ashby. He was president from 1982 to 1983. And then mid of 1983, all the way till 1986, was Judge Eileen Oles. And she's one of our honorees. Then you had 1987 to 2008, which was March Cromwell Jr. And then 2008 to 2009 was Gloria Cousins. And then 2009 to 2010 was Reverend John Hines. And then 2011 to 2022 was Helena Dotson. And in
Wow.
2022 to 2023 was Cameron Phillips. And I am now the residing president since 2023. So that's your little
Wow.
history moment. And we to charter you had, I don't know what the number was back then, but I know now you have to have at least 50 active members, and we have almost 300 active members. So I'm very proud of our growth. And we continue to grow. And yes, you and your mother are wonderful members. And I'm grateful for you. Flowers to the both of you.
No, it's an honor to be a part of the NAACP because for me, when I was younger, and I really, you don't pay as much, at least for me. When I was younger, I was aware of the NAACP. I was aware of the mission of the NAACP. I was aware how folks were, how they were treated, back then, and some folks are still getting treated like that in current times. And as a kid, as a youth, I was never really as aware as I am, I would say, at least the past 5-6 years, and so maybe even a little longer. And then it just started to really get more of a, I've been building up that passion and that drive to be like, you know what, this is enough is enough, because you really start to have an understanding. You start to find out a lot of things that are unfair to certain communities, and it's like, well, how can I help or be somewhat involved to help break that barrier? And I've learned so much by being a member of the NAACP. Dr. Gussie, if I might ask, was this a pursuit for you? For a while, was community activism work, was that something that you always wanted to pursue from a young age, or was this kind of like a later on thing for you?
Honestly, I always felt like the outlier in every organization or every community that I've been at. So growing up, I always knew I wasn't black enough, I wasn't white
Mm,
enough, and yet I still wasn't even Hispanic enough. And
mm,
so I always struggled to try and find my place of like, where do I belong? And then it wasn't when I went away to college, I was in Charlottesville, Virginia, and the first encounter I had of some hardcore racism and was when I went into a JC Penney store. So therefore, and I told them since then, I've never shopped in a JC Penney store. I'm
wow.
very adamant about the things that I do and say because everybody needs to be treated equally and fairly. And so at that age, I started noticing there were some inequalities. And so personally, I started taking a stance. Being
Mm,
Caribbean, I wasn't very familiar with the NAACP, and that's the honest truth. You heard stories of like Dr. Martin Luther King. It wasn't until I became older and I had gotten married and had my children, and I went to Atlanta. And in Atlanta, I went to the Dr. Martin Luther King Memorial, his
mm,
museum. And I remember the first time I going through, I was like, oh my gosh, I just cried. And then that's when I learned about the NAACP. I still didn't seek out to get involved. It wasn't
mm,
until I became a principal, and which was back in 2018. And the area I was in, I was a principal. It was very cruel. And I
mm.
encountered a lot of discrimination and issues. And I remember Miss Jane Cabrera, the president over there, she was like, you need to be involved with the NAACP. And I was like, I didn't know the NAACP still existed. I thought it was something in the past. She's like, oh no, we're alive and thriving. And I was like, then how do I become a member? And that's literally how I became a member of the NAACP. And that was
Wow.
through Jane Cabrera in 2018. Since then, I've stayed on. I was a member, and then, a long story short, I was a member of Chesapeake branch because this is where I live.
Hmm.
And Cameron Phillips, my predecessor, he pulled me in and had me as VP too. Long story short, I soon became president. not wanting to be president. I will not say I became willingly and easily. Leadership is not easy under
It's
any
not at
circumstance.
all.
A lot of time people want the title and the status, but they don't want the challenges that come to with it, and they don't want the expenses or the hard work that comes
Mhm.
with it. So to answer your question, I've always been an activist. I'm
Mm,
raised a black male son, and it seemed like from the minute he was born, the world wanted to destroy him. And same thing with
mm,
my beautiful daughter.
mm,
I remember fighting the school systems or fighting different programs simply because they were black. And
mm,
yes, you can tell they look like they're mixed, but in essence, simply that my kids are black. I'm black, and it the cruelty and the issues they encountered was not kind, and I was not kind either when it came to
mhm,
my children. And when you have children, everybody know the bear in you comes out. And
mhm.
so as a result of that, I was fighting for my children. And as I stated, it was until 2018 Jane Cabrera pulled me in, and I started learning it's better to fight with a group than individually.
Mm. How has what has been some of your just like great moments at as being a president of the Chesapeake branch in NAACP? What has been some some great things you would love to share? Because I know I have listeners that are locally that hey, they might be a residents of Chesapeake that is interested in joining the joining the fight, joining the cause of joining the NAACP. What has been some great things happening with the Chesapeake branch in NAACP?
Um, some of the great things happening. We had a social, and quite a few, you missed it, but it was awesome. Went to recovery, and it was Recovery Grill. It was absolutely amazing. We had a lot of laughter. We had a lot of networking, socialization. We're trying to get people to be involved and
Hmm.
understand that it's not always about just fighting. No, we do have networking events and socialization that we are trying to do more of. Another great event was your event, and it's coming up on August the 23rd. You and your family have done an amazing job, you, your wife, and your mother, and
Oh,
putting
thank
on
you.
the Education Foundation. As you know, with me being an educator, I love seeing that we are giving back. And so that's another great thing that we've been involved in. So we're involved with that. Some of the other things that we've done is doing voter registration, going
Mm,
to the people, getting them to register to vote, and educating them about the importance of voting. Another great thing we did was getting Sunday voting.
mm.
That was wonderful. Unfortunately, this year we're not going to have Sunday voting, but we are going to have 2 Saturday early voting polls. So activism looks different in many ways. But in the end, it's about knowing what you're standing for, and we are standing for all people. Are we a perfect branch? Absolutely not. Sometimes you do have some internal fighting that takes place, and it all stems from simply people. Somebody always think they can do the job better than you, um, and it's hilarious because of the fact leadership is not easy under any circumstances.
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
will tell you, it does take a toll on your purse, my purse.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there are needs, and there's um financial obligations that must be made, or things that the branch needs, and if the branch doesn't have the money, well, what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and just
Yeah.
like, oh, well, we don't have the money. No, I'm the kind of person, well, if we don't have the money, then let me figure out how much I can give to make this happen. So
Mm.
it's just a lot. And I have a great team. I have a great team. My finance officers are just amazing. My VP is amazing. I have great secretaries, so I have a lot of good people. My former secretary, she was just fabulous, but now she's the area two top ladies of distinction director. So, and well
Wow.
deserved as well. So I, and plus I've also met some amazing people.
That's awesome. And one
So I
thing
hope
I
that gives a little bit of everything. That yes, these are wonderful things we've done. Yes, we have good and bad taking place.
No, absolutely. One thing that I wanted to point out is what the great thing with the NAACP, as you mentioned, I mean, it brings all people together. For one, the organization is nonpartisan, so you are a group of folks with many different opinions, viewpoints, values. But again, we all come together for one common goal and one cause, and that's the people. And that's something that I love to continue to at least push here on my program, is that, hey, look, I'm friends with everybody. I'm bringing everybody, regardless of your background, your affiliation, your political values, all that good stuff. We bring all together, and it's more to it. I mean, networking is key, because that also can benefit local business owners as well, especially up and coming small business owners, getting to know more people within your community, in your backyard. I mean, it's a wonderful organization to join. And I hope our listeners, start looking up their local NAACP chapters.
Right.
And if interested, I think it's a great tool. Again, I advocate a lot when it comes to networking, building great relationships with folks. I get to, I learned, I learned so much history. I'll name drop Dr. Reed. I mean, he's a historian of his own, and he just, I mean, when you have a conversation with him, you have to just sit down and listen, because I'm a lifelong Chesapeake resident, and it's like you bring so much stuff like, whoa, I did not know that. And it's important for someone, as a millennial, it's important to learn from those who came before you. And I think that's what we have to continue to push and push forward. And that's why, I'm excited to, discuss the upcoming event that you have happening this year's 2025 Freedom Fund. We're going to take a quick commercial break, Dr. Auguste. When we come back, I want to discuss the Freedom Fund and the upcoming honorees, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So look, my friends, we are going to take a commercial break. Please do not go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
Let me tell you something that most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I am your host, Arrington Gavin. Joining me is my dear friend, Dr. Shirley Auguste, community advocate, president of the the NAACP Chesapeake branch. And we're just discussing, some brief history of the NAACP, about the Chesapeake branch NAACP, as well as an event the branch has coming up this year's 2025 Freedom Fund Black Tie Dinner Gala. Dr. Auguste, if you don't mind sharing a brief history about the Freedom Fund. What is the Freedom Fund about?
So basically, the Freedom Fund is one of the largest and the most successful fundraiser for the NAACP. And this year, the Chesapeake branch, every year, the different branches in the different localities have a form of the Freedom Fund. We have multiple ways that we collect funding. One is the Freedom Fund. The other ones are just donations. And then we also have the Jubilee. So as you know, with us being advocates, all of the leaders locally are volunteers. So no, we do not get a dime for our services. We're just, it's out of passion and love that we are doing what we do. But it costs money to do things. It costs money to send people to trainings. It costs money to work with our youth. It costs money to do different things. So we must do a fundraiser. This year, we decided to do a black tie dinner gala, and we are so excited. But seats are limited, so get your tickets. Get your tickets. It's going to be at the Chesapeake Conference Center right here in Chesapeake, and they do a wonderful job with just the setup and the decorating. Due to all of the issues happening in our society and how dark it seems, and a lot of people that I've spoken to, they're just like, what are we going to do? Oh my gosh, what is happening here? Oh my gosh, am I safe? And there's so many things, and it just seemed like everything is dark. So we decided, we want people to remember that there's a season for everything. Most of all, we have some amazingly wonderful African leaders, as African American leaders, who they went through the challenges and now they've overcome. And so our theme is the first, but not the last, despite what it looks like, despite what is taking place. We don't want people to give up. We don't want people to give up hope, but to know there are those who have gone before us, have been in the dark places, many dark places, and they overcame. And now they're in positions to do great things for all of us and to help us. But they can't help us if we don't help ourselves. And so we are honoring our pro tempore, the one and only Senator Louise Lucas.
The one and only. Whew.
The one and only. And then we're also honoring our House Speaker, who is the first African American male. Have you heard his story? You should be inspired by his story. And then we have our very own Judge Eileen Oles. She's one of our former branch presidents, but she's the first in our city. Yes, there was another, but she ended up being sworn in first. And so we consider her as being the first. It's the first African-American woman, I'm going to say.
Wow.
And then we have, everybody knows the former Mayor William E. Ward. He was the first African-American mayor of the city of Chesapeake. So really, when you look at it and you think about it, it wasn't easy for them because we are in 2025. They were doing these things in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. And so if you think now is challenging, imagine what it was like back then for them to be one of the few, one of the only ones, and then to actually make it through. And the one thing I will say that I love about all of them, the only one I really did not and have not had the opportunity to really speak to was Mayor William E. Ward. He's deceased. But from pro tempore Senator Louise Lucas, House Speaker Don Scott, Judge Eileen Oles, and just talking to them, they are remarkable people. I love their spirit. I love the fact that they are servant leaders. They do want to know how can they better help serve the community. We are recognizing all of the Divine Nines and the Black churches. And why are we doing that? Well, think about it. The Divine Nines, if you don't know what a Divine Nine is, or the Panhellenic, that is the different fraternities and sororities. They're usually the African American sororities, like Deltas, the Deltas, the Delta Thetas, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Sigma Gamma Rho, the Zetas, and then you have, of course, the male chapters, the Qs, the Alphas, the Kappas. So in the Iotas, you have a bunch of different or different fraternities and sororities. And then you have the Black churches. Why are we recognizing them? We are recognizing because without their influence, without their support, these first probably wouldn't be where they are. And the reason I say that is because it took teams of people, it took groups and organizations to line up behind them and stand behind them and support them, gather people, rally people, tell people we need you to get out and vote. That is the power of numbers. So again, remember, it's the numbers is what matters. You can go somewhere by yourself and get things accomplished, but it's even more powerful when you go with a group and an organization, a team. So we are recognizing them because of the greatness and how they supported our first.
That is wonderful. I mean, for one, when I saw the list of honorees, I'm like, oh, they have it right. They have it right. I mean, like you had mentioned, House Speaker Don Scott. I've listened to his story many of times, and it is one of those, you fall 7 times, get up 8. You never know what the next opportunity, I mean, his story is so inspiring to all folks, and he is a true, again, a true leader in the community. Likewise, Senator Louise Lucas, who has been a firecracker since entering into public office, and she still is till this very day, being the chairwoman of finance for the state of Virginia.
That
She's
is
one
absolutely
of
the pro tempore. Yes,
pro tempore. Yeah, she is the. I remember hearing folks saying the second
she's the
most
it.
powerful. Yes, she's it.
I
mean, and she's
money
it.
can't go anywhere without her approval.
That's absolutely right. And I mean, the Honorable Aline Olds. I remember being at a function where I think there was a part of it was a named after her. Oh my goodness. There was somewhere near City Hall. I'm trying to remember, but there was an event not too long ago, a while back, where they were honoring her. And then also
her and her sister.
Yes, and identical, by the way. I'm still a little kid when I always encounter twins. I'm like, oh my, y'all identical. Like, who's who? But it was so cool. It was so cool. And then the Honorable William E. Ward. Now, I was too young to really know too much, but I did read up on about William E. Wood, and again, so many leaders today that I look at as true leaders in the community. They looked at him as their their mentor, that person that helped establish, and then they just continue to follow that path. I mean, I believe State Delegate Cliff Hayes was in council at the time when William E. Ward was mayor. If I'm not mistaken, I think so. And so it was.
I'm
it
not
was so,
sure, but I know he had some mentoring from him as well.
Yeah, and it's so awesome seeing these folks receive their flowers. And then on top of that, the Black church. I mean, how important is the Black church, especially during these times? If you go back and you look at past civil rights leaders, a lot of them were ministers, right? I mean, come on, MLK,
Absolutely.
Martin
Yes,
Luther King Jr.
correct.
was a pastor. U.S. Senator out of Georgia, Raphael Warnock, a minister. You have Reverend Jesse Jackson, Reverend Al Sharpton. I mean, the list goes on. And now you have Pastor Jamal Bryan taking that realm of being. So I mean, it's really important. I think the Black church has always been key to the communities, regardless of which city and regardless of what color you are. Something about the Black church just pulls you in. For one, the worship already, right? The word gets you, gets you going, but Black churches have never been shy away from speaking of what's going on outside of their church in their communities. And I think that's always very important because residents and, voters and folks, they look to someone or to some place for guidance. And it's just, again, we bring up the dark times as, that we're living in at the moment, especially living in the Hampton Roads area. I've spoken many times here on this program. We're, majority made up of federal workers, right? So it's like, it's so much heartache happening with with that and so many other things, but I won't get too much into that. But it's extremely important, recognizing the Black churches as well. And on top of that too, you have a keynote speaker that's going to be attending this event.
My goodness. Yes. We have Emeritus Chairman Dr. Rosalind Brock.
Wow.
Yes, we are honored beyond honored. If you don't know who Dr. Emeritus Chairman Dr. Brock is, she was basically VP of the National Association of NAACP. She was up there, I love women in power. I love women who do great things, and because women are just awesome.
I mean, you ain't gonna see me debate that. I ain't gonna get myself in trouble now. I'm married to a Black woman. My mama is a Black. I ain't trying to get caught up.
Exactly, So I'm just so humble and so honored to have her come and be our guest speaker. Her presence is just going to be so powerful, and it's going to be very encouraging to everyone. I can't wait to hear what she has to say. I am looking forward to it. And let me tell you, when a woman gets that high in any organization, she's gone through. There were lots of haters. It wasn't an easy task. Most especially when you think about the NAACP, what they stand for. Even our current leaders right now, Leon Russell, Derek Johnson, and my current president, Reverend Cozy Bailey, and state representative Gayleen Canoita. It's not easy. When I need something and I reach out to them, they're always running. They're always busy. It's not easy. So we're talking about different levels, and she was at the top level. That is very commendable, because imagine they're not just thinking about one area. I just have little Chesapeake.
I mean, there's over 250,000 people in Texas. It ain't that little.
255,000 to be exact. Yes.
Yeah. That's a large number. I could barely lead 6 people. So
but I can't begin to imagine the challenges she faced and still managed to be successul and thrive. Somebody say something to me, I'm ready to fight. I'm like, what you say? I was like, I found out somebody talk about me behind my back. I'm like, really? The audacity. But she's so poised. So, I got some work to do. I won't not lie.
but you know what, Dr. Auguste, you've always still been, you do it with grace. And again, I know I've been giving you your flowers so many times, but I still have to, because at the end of the day, like, you speak of these individuals that are so remarkable, doing great things. But again, I see that in you, Dr. Auguste. I see what you do here in the community. And I see, I remember, it was a while ago, there was, there was a function, not a function. We were doing a forum on the voting system, the single member voting district. And again, and that is such an important thing. And again, folks, I say this because this is something that helps all people, regardless of your political affiliation. This is something that helps all folks. And see, going there and just, again, the passion the leadership from Dr. Auguste, man. I mean, it just gets you fired up, and it's still a journey that that we continue to try and pursue here, at least in the city of Chesapeake, because the city of Chesapeake, and I love the city of Chesapeake, but we have some work to do. We definitely have some work to do. So I understand, when you bring up these, I go back to these leaders that are being honored. Chesapeake is not an easy city to achieve as a person of color. And I mean, again, I love Chesapeake. I'm a lifelong resident, but we do have some improvement, and we have a history, a rich history. So when we go to the Honorable William E. Ward, he truly broke barriers. I mean, he really broke the first Black elected as mayor. That's something that
city of Chesapeake.
The city of Chesapeake. I mean, for those who are not from the area who are listening right now, I mean, you pick some of the whatever city that that has always been predominantly one side. And you'll realize, you're like, hey, look, a Black elected mayor, the first, that's remarkable. And he was a long serving mayor, to my knowledge. He served for quite some terms. And so he was remarkable. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just had to, when you were mentioning those folks, and I'm like, well, gotta give Dr. Gussie back, toss it back to her, because she's doing her thing here in the area, and I continue just to admire and just watch from afar, because I'm not saying I never know what the future holds. I love being somebody that's a fly on the wall. They always, a lot of folks are never, like you said, never called to be a leader. Like you said from the get-go, I did not want to be a leader at the time. But hey, it took you to that position, and you've been doing great stuff. You've been doing great, and I know this event is awesome. I know I'm gonna share the flyer of the event in a few minutes, but I wanted to acknowledge this has some sponsorship opportunities for those who are business owners, and for those y'all who are listening to the program out of state. Whether if you're in New Orleans, the Metro Atlanta area, I mean, we have listeners all over. We're a syndicated program, so if you are are interested and just want to support the cause, look, they have sponsorship opportunities. They can check out those. Now, where can they find out about those? I'm gonna read some of the sponsorship opportunities, Dr. Auguste. Where can they also find out about sponsorship opportunities for this function?
They can go to facebook.com and find unit 7049 at gmail.com. Again, unit 7049 at gmail.com, Chesapeake branch NAACP. They can also email us at unit 7049 at gmail.com, UNIT 7049 at gmail.com, and we will gladly send you a sponsorship form. One of the wonderful things that we are doing this year is because we want everybody to be involved. If you say, well, I don't have the money, but I want to support, you can even send us anywhere from $50 to $75, and we will put your name in the souvenir journal. We will literally put your name in the souvenir journal. This way, you do not have to worry about attending, but you can just get your name in. If you want to put your business name in there, you can put your business name. We have ads that you could just simply put your business card. We have, like I said, we wanted to be very inclusive and wanted to make sure everybody felt as if they were able to participate. So again, you can send us an email at unit 7049, UNIT 7049 at gmail.com, or reach us, you'll have the information online as well on Facebook.
And there's loads of affordable sponsorship levels, y'all. They have obviously, if you want to make an individual donation, they have you ad on in their journal from a quarter page, half page, full page. There's multiple levels of sponsorships I'm looking on here, and as I mentioned, hey, very affordable for business owners as well, or large businesses if you love to participate in sponsor help sponsor this amazing event. Again, we just shared some of the amazing individuals who will be honored at this event, and the speaker, the NAA, the keynote speaker, the NAA chairman emeritus, Dr. Rosalind McAllister Brock, will be in attendance. So again, it's going to be a room full of prominent and just amazing folks. So hey, look, I'm not gonna lie. Look, as a business owner, I want to be present. I tell y'all this all the time. When it comes to
who's gonna be there?
Owner, I'm just saying, y'all. When it comes to being a business owner, this is the journey right here, y'all. When it comes to promoting, when it comes to getting your business out there, look, you just never know on that opportunity what can happen with your business, when it comes to buying a sponsorship, and you just don't know who can get their hands on your business cards or contact information. So this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Let me go ahead and put up the flyer. I have a flyer here. Let me go ahead and put that up there for you all.
Let me say this also. We are going to have a networking cocktail hour from 6 to 7. Come with your business card. 6 to 7, hand them out. Like, hey, how you doing? 6 to 7. It is going to be a networking social hour. So networking and cocktail hour. Come on out. 6 to 7.
That's right. 6 to 7 networking function, and then the gala, cocktail hour. Then the gala will start at from 7 until 10. This is happening. We're saying,
Dr. We're gonna have our dancing, line dancing.
Oh, not the line dancing. We gonna get our exercise.
Yes, and bring your fans.
Look, not the fan. Well, look, that is when I tell you. First of all, I'm like new to line dancing, right? I didn't know how difficult it is. My wife and I, we went out with some friends, and there's just different line dance spots in the area, and I mean, there are people that are like pros. I'm over here just electric slide, okay, cute, I'm two-stepping. They over here doing this and that and flips. I said, oh, I'm not a part of this group. Y'all didn't tell me this. I thought this was the beginners. I thought this was the beginners class. See, no one tells me nothing, y'all. No one tells me this stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be a ball. It's gonna be a ball. It's funny because I was at a UCF event not too long ago, and I was my wife towards the end they were doing their line dancing and all that stuff, and my wife and I, because I'm a social butterfly. My wife is the one that's more like, all right, is it over? Let's go, because we were staying at the where the function was at. We stayed in the hotel.
I love her though. I love your
wife. My wife is so sweet, but she is the extrovert. She's the introvert. I'm the extrovert. So I love to socialize all the time from the start to the end. And I saw Dr. Ella Ward, our city councilwoman, Chesapeake City Councilwoman, Dr. Ella Ward, and she was lined up, like she knew it, and I'm just like, okay, doctor. I mean, I just as agile. I mean, she was just
that's
gliding.
Right, Dr. Ward got some snaps, y'all.
And I'm over here, tripping over my feet, but she was catching up, and I'm like, that is what I'm talking about, y'all. Great representation here in the city of Chesapeake. I got to brag on the city of Chesapeake, y'all. I know I have a lot of listeners that are not from the Hampton Roads area or Chesapeake, but look, I'm telling you, I got to brag on my city. We have some great leaders here in the area. Again, like my dear friend, Dr. Shirley Auguste. But before we end this conversation, I want to continue to repeat this event that they're having. The 2025, the NAACP Chesapeake Branch Unit 7049 Freedom Fund Black Tie Dinner Gala. This will be happening at the Chesapeake Conference Center, 700 Conference Center Drive in Chesapeake, Virginia. This will be happening Saturday, October 11th. Networking, a social cocktail hour will be happening at 6 p.m. until 7, and then until 10. You have the gala, dancing, honoring so many amazing individuals like House Speaker Don Scott, Senator Louise Lucas, the Honorable Eileen A. Oles, as well as the late, great Honorable William E. Ward. And they're also going to be recognizing the Black churches and the Divine Nine. And wait, there's more. There is more. You have a keynote speaker from the one and only Dr. Rosalind McAllister Brock, NAACP Chairman and Emeritus. And so this will be an amazing event. Please, 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 please check it out. I've posted this on our social media. So please go to the Arrington Gavin Show. You can find out more information on there. And if you have any questions, you can contact unit 7049 at gmail.com. Again, that's unit 7049 at gmail.com. And as I mentioned, y'all, go to my social media, go to my Instagram right now. While you're listening, I have it posted on my social media, has a QR code up there. Look, either, attend this event if you happen to be in the local area in the city of Chesapeake, or if you're not in the area, but you just love, hearing about this amazing organization and you would love to support, please. Again, I've mentioned how you can, ways you can contact them. Please just, support, make a donation. This is for all people at the end of the day. Again, this is for supporting all people, community, a group that looks out for the community. When there is an issue, hey, who you gonna call? Not Ghostbusters. You're gonna call the Chesapeake branch NAACP, and they're there doing so many amazing things, from networking events. That's right. They're doing so many great things in the Hampton Road, in the Chesapeake area. And look, if you happen to be interested in joining your local NAACP chapter, go online and look up NAACP. Matter of fact, Dr. Auguste, how can folks, if they're interested, how can folks find more information about possibly joining their local NAACP? Is there like a national website they can attend?
Absolutely. All you have to do is go to the www.naacp.org, and then that's our national organization website, and you can get information about your local chapter or your local branches there. Again, that's www.naacp.org. Yes, there are branches everywhere.
And is there like an age? Is there an age group? Are there any branches for, like, say, younger, like, say, teens or younger kids that might want to get involved?
Yes. So one of the things we're going to be doing is our fundraiser is raising money for our AXO program. Our AXO program is basically like the You've Got Talent of the NAACP youth. And if you've never seen them, you've got to see the kids in AXO. If your kid has any sort of talent, join the NAACP and have them join the AXO program. But we also have the Youth Council. Every branch usually has one. It's either active or inactive or in the process of. But yes, kids can be part of the local branch for the Youth Council, which is from birth all the way up until they graduate. And then you have the college chapters as well, because we understand not everybody goes to college, and it's okay. They can also be a member of our branch.
That is awesome.
And the children's membership is only $15, and the adult memberships are only $30.
Awesome. Well, Dr. Auguste, look, I want to chop it up for you just for a couple minutes after the show, so please don't go anywhere. But again, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule for coming here on the show. Oh, absolutely. And thank you for just doing so many great things here in the Chesapeake area and in the Hampton Roads community. And so, again, I just want to thank you again. So y'all give it up for our special guest, Dr. Shirley Auguste, again, president for the Chesapeake branch NAACP chapter. All right, my friend, don't go anywhere. I want to chop it up just for a little bit with you. But y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed yet another great conversation here on the Arrington Gavin show. As always, that's what I love to bring to you. Great conversation. I hope you had fun. And I hope you was also informed. I hope you learned something from this conversation. And again, as I mentioned earlier, for those who I hope this conversation kind of motivated you all to get involved in your local community, get involved in some local groups. I hope it's, whether if it's your local NAACP chapter or just any groups, get involved in the community, y'all, and be sure again to support and just stay informed and what else is there to say? I mean, just stay informed, get involved in your local community, and also be sure to tune into new episodes of the Arrington Gavin show weeknights. I hope y'all enjoyed this great conversation. My friends, we drop new episodes weeknights, available on all digital and streaming platforms, as well as on the radio airwaves. We have some special guests that we bring on for great interviews, as well as just, hey, I run my mouth here and there of issues and, stuff that happens on the political space, entertainment space, sports, you name it. And so I hope to continue to give you that great content here on the program. All right, my friends, peace and blessings. Y'all take care. Stay safe out there. I'll talk to y'all soon for another great episode. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.